What's up, guys? We're going to have a reality chat, and this is some sad news coming from Nene Leakes herself, and it's being reported on the Jasmine brand and a number of other blogs. Recently, Nene Leakes, she went viral, I should say. She made some remarks because she was responding to someone who was saying that she was being rude and I guess dismissive. So this video played and it was a little bit hard to hear. It's a little incoherent because of the noise in the background and everything. So I'm not going to play the audio of the clip, but some of the things that was said, and it's being reported on the blog, was that she said, "If you see me and you see my son, give us a lot of love, okay? My husband is transitioning to the other side." And at another time in the video, she said, "You don't know what we're dealing with right now. When people approach us and say, 'You're rude,' my husband is at home dying." Now, that's very sad because we know who have been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta over the past several seasons that Gregg has gone through some cancer battles and some other things. And it has been very sad because let's just be honest. Gregg in this couple is the likable link in this connection. I have to say that it is very, very sad that if this is what is actually happening, that he's transitioning and they're just kind of making him comfortable, but there isn't really much more they can do for him in terms of treatment, then that is very sad. And anybody that goes through having a loved one that is sick, that is not an easy thing to deal with. So you may have times where you're kind of standoffish. You may be perceived to be a little bit cold and other things like that. And it's not something that anyone wishes on anyone, not even their worst enemy, if you have a heart. But for the person who says that she was rude, this isn't the first time that somebody has called her out for being rude. Now, we all know that sometimes people can approach people and they can be very just, unconcerned about that person that they approach. They're not considering the venue, or, maybe they approach someone that they see is walking and talking to someone at the same time, or they may be on their phone, or they may be having a dinner or a meal or a drink someplace, and they are in a setting where they're trying to enjoy themselves and they're being comfortable, and then they're being bombarded by people who are fans of theirs or whatever, then that can be a bit intrusive. Absolutely. So anybody can have their moments where they just want to say, like, can I just be in my space right now? I'm not really trying to sign autographs or take pictures or anything like that. So I can definitely understand that. But this is not the first time that someone has called Nene out for being rude. And it's also not the first time that Nene has used a situation as the reason as to why she acted that way. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be cold or say that I don't care about what she's going through, because I absolutely do. Having a spouse, having someone that you love and you care for, the father of her son, and all of those different things, and like her right hand person, like he always has shown that he really, truly, genuinely loves his wife. I tip my hat off to him. That is absolutely honorable, and I respect that. But there have been many times where she, on the show, that we have seen, she has been very rude to people, and then she has used something else as the reason or excuse as to why. So this isn't the first time, that something like this has come up when it comes to Nene and how she has been with someone and someone said that she was really rude. I'm not saying that when you're dealing with the transition of a loved one, you're not going to snap or go off or things like that. Of course, you may have your moments, but I don't know if this was at her restaurant, her supper club, her lounge, or whatever setting that was in. But if she was working, that's one of the things. It's like you have to be able to separate and know how to act in these situations, because that's your business. And if it is not something that you can really deal with, and especially being who she is, then you have to kind of step back and allow other people to step in your place and handle the business, so you can be at home and be with your husband and not have to be out and having to deal with the general public, so that if something like that were to pop up, then you don't even have to explain yourself. And that's the thing that I just wanted to bring up, because we definitely hope and pray for the best in this situation. We don't need to have all of the full details about his health battles or struggles or anything like that, because honestly, it really isn't any of our business. She shared that with this audience, and now it's being reported to all of the general public. But it's a very sad situation, and I would think that if your husband is transitioning, I would probably not be in that situation where I had to be in front of a crowd, and especially when I know that my feelings can be pretty volatile and I could snap at the drop of a hat anyway. And that's why I'm even talking about this, because we all know that a lot of times Nene has gone off on the deep end about things that were pretty trivial. So with a situation like this, I don't know if she's emotionally stable enough to be able to handle, situations like this with the public and not being perceived as being rude or whatever. And I just don't think that she even should have to be in this position. And that's one of the other reasons I wanted to talk about this and bring that up. I believe, and it's just my thoughts, that she should be in a place, because she's worked so hard over the years and he has supported her in all of her ventures, from Hollywood to Broadway to Vegas and all of the other opportunities that she's got that has been springboards from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we have seen how he has supported her in that, and the comedy act tours where she was hosting, those shows and different things. That this should now be the time that she should be able to be at home with her husband, with her hubby, with her loved one, and just being able to be there for him and love on him and care for him, and not have to be out there working the public like that. And, you're not in that emotional place where you are not going to go off on somebody or snap on somebody, and then they're just like, oh, she's just a bitch, or she's being rude or whatever. Because I just feel that he deserves that as well as she deserves it. So I don't want to make this a long chat, but I just really feel sad to hear that news. Gregg, he is a very likable character. He's done and said some things over the years on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that has definitely made me laugh. And, I can remember a lot of different situations where it was like, really, Gregg? Like, oh my God. And, I think that's the other good thing too, that they have had this journey together, where she can look back on a lot of situations that she will have forever, that she will be able to go back and look at from the show that was filmed, that she will have those memories, as long as she lives. And, that's another bright side of it as well. So I feel for them. I feel for both of them, but I just really feel that she should be able to be in a place where she can just be at home with him if he is indeed transitioning. Just be able to be there with him, because it would suck to just have worked all of these years, working as hard as she has been. She's been one of the highest paid Real Housewives for a number of different years on that cast ensemble, and to not be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and just be at peace and at home with your hubby during this very, very difficult time. So you guys let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. We send love, grace, and peace, and many prayers towards them. And it's very, very sad to report this, but I just really wanted to be beautifully honest about it and just share my thoughts about this story and in the entire situation. So thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.